Good evening everyone. Now we are going to start our chapter number 2, that is Python revision 2 second. In this chapter we are going to discuss about string, list, tuple, dictionary, and then we will discuss about sorting techniques which are insertion and bubble sort. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about very first data type, that is string. String is basically a sequence or collection of characters. We can create string with single, double or triple quotes, but if you are using or starting a string with single quote, then you must end with single quote. If you are starting with double quote, then must end with double quotes and corresponding with the triple quotes also. And a string that is created with triple quotes is also known as docstring. Here in our example you can see we are creating a string. Name of the string object is s. It is having value f double o. We are using double quotes at the starting and we are using double quotes at the end. It means it is syntactically correct. So when we will print s, then it will print f double o. In our next example we are using s is equal to capital F and then double o. It is also correct as we are using single quote at the starting and single quote at the end. We are getting result as f double o when we are going to print s. Thereafter we are using another example, s is equal to f double 0, where at starting we are using double quotes and at the end we are using single quotes. So it is not syntactically correct. We will get the error that ul while scanning string literal. Ul means end of the line. It means whatever the symbol you are using to start the string, you must also use the same character at the end of the string. Now all of you knows about the most important property of the string, that strings are immutable data types. Immutable means at the same memory location value cannot be modified. Only 3 data types are mutable, that these are list, dictionary and sets. So you can see here in our example we are using a string. Name of the string is s. It is having value GATTACA. What we want to use, we are using s square bracket 0. It means we want to modify the value at the index 0 from G to R, but when we will write this statement, then we are getting the error that str object or the string object does not support item assignment. It means individual elements cannot be modified when we are using the concept of string, but we can create a new string from the already existing string. In our next example you can see what we have written here, s is equal to r plus s square bracket 1 colon. R is our first string, plus is concatenation operator. It means we are going to append one string after another string. Our string will begin with R and it will contain all the characters which are available in S from index 1 to last index. It means from the second character to the last character of the original string will be appended after character R and its value will be saved in S. So we are getting result as RATTACA. Thereafter we are using an function, that is replace function. We will discuss about the replace function in detail, that it will replace the first character or first string with the second character or second string available in the argument list. So what we have written s is equal to s dot replace. In brackets or in argument we have passed t and b. It means every occurrence of t will be replaced with b. So in our original string we are having RATTACA. So double t is replaced with double b. We are getting result as RABBACA. Thereafter we have written s is equal to s dot replace ACA comma I. It means ACA is a substring that will be replaced by string I. So we are getting result here in our with our original string as RABBI. Now let us discuss about defining a string, means how the string is actually implemented in the memory. A string is stored in the memory as a list, or you can say an array or a vector. In our example we have written my string is equal to GATTACA. My string is a label or a pointer which is pointing to the location where our string GATTACA is saved. My string label will basically point to the very first element of the string, and very first element will store at index 0 and last element will store at index length -1, and it is forward indexing of the string. Indexing can be in reverse direction also. our last character will be saved at index -1 and our first character will be available at index minus length. In this example you can see 7 number of characters are there, so our first character will be saved at index -7 if we are considering backward indexing in string. Now how we can access individual or single characters available in the string? It means if we are having a string with number of characters and we want to access the value at a particular index in the string, then what we need to do? We need to specify the name of the string, and thereafter in square bracket we will specify the index, and then we will close our square bracket. That's how we can access individual elements of the string. In our example you can see my string is equal to GATTACA, that is written by us. If we are printing my string of 0, then it will print first character of the string, that will be G, as indexing begins with 0. Thereafter we are printing value at index 2. Index 2 means element 3 of the string, that will be T. Thereafter we are printing my string -1. -1 means last character of the string, that is A. Thereafter we are printing my string -2, it means second last character of the string, that is C. Thereafter we have written my string 7. You can see 7 is an index that is not available in this string because last A is stored at index 6, because indexing begins with 0. So it will returns you an error, or it will show you an error that string index out of range, because 7 is the index that is not available in the string, because total 7 number of characters are there and 7th character is stored at index 6. Now let us discuss about accessing substrings or extracting some part from an original string, that is known as string slicing. So in our example that you can see, we have written my string is equal to GATTACA. So GATTACA is the string that is stored at index 0 to 6 with this representation. Thereafter we have written my string 1:3. Before colon we are specifying the starting point, and after colon we are specifying the ending. So but ending part or ending index will not be the part of the substring or the slice that you are getting. It means it will return a substring that will begin with from index 1 and goes up to 2, because 3 will not be the index that is available at the output. So 1 and 2, at 1 and 2 value stored is A and T. So we are getting a string with characters A and T. Thereafter we have written my string :3. We are not specifying the starting, so it is automatically treated as 0, means first element of the string, and 3 is the ending, that means we will go from 0 to 2. 0 to 2 is GAT, we are getting result as GAT. Then we have written my string 4:, means we will begin from this location and we will go to the last location, because last is not specified in the actual operation or input that is provided. So we are getting result as ACA. Thereafter we have written 3:5. 3:5 means third and value at the index 3 and 4, that is T and A. Thereafter we have written my string : neither we have specified starting, we have not specified ending, then what it will return? It will returns as the complete string. Now we are going to discuss about special characters. You already knows that a string can be created with single quotes or double quotes or triple quotes, but these quotes are not part of your string. Similarly, suppose you are using a print statement and you have written any string either in single quotes or in double quotes, then whenever you will see the output, then output will not contain single or double quotes. But what if you want to display single quotes or double quotes at the output screen also? In that case you need to use the concept of special characters or escape sequences. Escape sequences are basically created with the help of backslash symbol. Thereafter you need to write a single character, and that particular character will be shown to you. Suppose you want to print backslash within the output screen. For that you need to use 2 times backslash symbol. If you want to print single quote at the output, then you need to use backslash single quote. If you want to display double quotes, then you need to write backslash double quote. If you want to use or display new line character backslash n, you need to use, for tab you need to use \t. Like for carriage returns, you can use \r, and for form field we use \f. Here in our example you can see we have written he said wow, and we have created this string with double quotes, but when we enter this, then we are getting error. That syntax is wrong, because inverted commas have a special meaning in the language, and if you don't want to use their special meaning when you are printing some operation, then you need to use escape sequences with these characters too, so that these can become the part of your output. Here in our example we have used \double quotes, and when we will see our string now, or when we will print our data, then we will get these symbols as a part of our output string. Now what we are going to do, we are going to discuss about some of the functions that you can apply on a string object. Here we are going to discuss in theory, and thereafter when we will complete the understanding of all these, then we will see certain example in which we will use all these functions. Very first function is lnum. L means alphabet, num means numeric. It will return us as true if all the characters in string are alphanumeric, means if the string is containing alphabets or digits only, then it will return us true. Next function is alpha. Is alpha means is alphabet, means if all the characters in the string are alphabet either in uppercase or in lowercase, then it will return us true, otherwise it will return us false. Next is digit. It will return true if all the characters in the string are digit. Next is lower. It will return us true if all the characters in the string are in lowercase. Next is space. It will return us true if all the characters are white spaces or blank spaces, then it will return true. Is upper will return us true if all the characters in the string are uppercase alphabets. Now some more functions available for you that you can apply with a string object. These are, very first is lower. It means it will returns a lowercase version of the string, means the characters or alphabets which are in uppercase will be converted to the lowercase, and which are in the lowercase will remain in the lowercase, and we will get the string. Upper, it will returns us the uppercase version of the string, means which are in the lowercase will be converted to the uppercase, and we will get the result. R strip and L strip. R strip means remove from the right, L strip means remove from the left. And what it is doing, R strip is removing white spaces at the end of the string, and L strip removes the blank spaces or white spaces from the left of the string. And if you want to remove the blank spaces or white spaces from both the direction, from the left and the right, then you can use strip function with string also. Next function is capitalize. It means if you have entered a string with 5 words are there in the string, then what it will do, it will return you a copy of the string with first letter of the first word will be in capital case characters. Next is title function that you can use with string. Title function, what it will do, it will returns you a copy of the string with the first word, first alphabet of all the word which will be in uppercase characters. Next is swap case, means toggle operation that you are going to do. Uppercase will be converted into lowercase, and lowercase will be converted to the uppercase. Now some of the operators that you can use with string. There are 2 operators that you can use with string. One is plus, one is asterisk sign. Here plus means concatenation, asterisk means replication. So we already know that plus and asterisk are the 2 operators that can be used with string. Plus operators is used to concatenate 2 strings, and asterisk operation is used to repeat a string with a finite number of times, that is given with the help of a positive integer. There are 2 more membership operators that you can apply with string object. One is in and one is not in. The result of these 2 operator is boolean, means you will get the result in the form of true and false. What they need 2 strings, and in between you need to use in or not in operator. If first string is available in the second string, then in will returns us true, otherwise it will returns us false. Not in will returns us true if first string is not available or it is not the part of the second string, then it is going to return us true. Here in our example that you can see, we have written a string, name of the string is word, we have written Jackson, James, John, Chris, Tom. If Chris in word, then we want to print found him, otherwise we want to print cannot find Chris, but Chris is available in our actual string, so we will get the result as found him on the output screen with the help of the print function, which is available as a statement in the if block of our code. Now we are going to discuss about the actual working of the functions which we have already discussed in this lecture. Very first we are going to discuss about length function. Length means len is a predefined function which is available in the standard library of Python, which basically returns us the number of characters which are available in the string. In len we have written a string with 7 number of characters, so we are getting result as 7 because 7 number of characters are there. Thereafter we are printing GAT plus TACA. Plus is an operator that we have already discussed, that it performs string concatenation operation. It means second string will be appended after first string, so we are getting result as GATTACA. Thereafter we are using asterisk operator, that is used for string replication. We have written A in quotes asterisk sign 10, means we are going to print A 10 times or it will repeat A 10 times. Then in operator, that is membership operator, GAT in GATTACA, so it will return us true because GAT is substring or subpart that is available in second string. Next is AGT in GATTACA, so there is no substring with AGT in the second string, so we will get result as false. Thereafter we have written temp is equal to GATTACA, we are creating another string. Then we are using temp2 is equal to temp1 colon 4. In at the right hand side we are using the concept of string slicing. It means it will contain temp2 will contain the characters at index first, second and third in the original string temp, so it will contain a double t because a is stored at index 1, t is stored at index 2 and second t is stored at index 3 in original string temp. Now if you want to use any of the predefined function that you can apply with string, then the syntax to use them is write the name of the string object dot operator, thereafter we will write the name of the method or function, then we will pass the arguments. Like in our example you can see we have written DNA is equal to ACGT, means DNA is the string object, it is containing value ACGT. Then we are using find function with DNA, in brackets we have passed an argument that is t. What the find function basically does, it will return you the index of the character that is passed by you in the argument, so t is stored at index 3. But if you are passing a substring as argument with find function, then it will return you the index of the first character of the string in the at the output, if that particular substring is available in original string. Fine. Now getting the ASCII value of a character. ASCII stands for American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Every code or every character have an integral representation in ASCII, that capital A have value 65, small a have value 97, 0 have integral value as 48, then 1 will have value 49 and so on. So if you want to check the ordinal value or integral value of any of the character, then you can use a predefined function in the standard library of Python, that is ORD. We have written value is equal to ordinal value of a, or ordinal or ASCII value of a is 65, then it means value is equal to 65. It means value is a pointer that is pointing to the memory location where value 65 is saved, and this 65 is the integral or ASCII value of the character or alphabet capital A. Now if you want to print string from their ASCII code, it means you have the ASCII code available and you want to represent its character value on the screen. For that, a predefined function is available in Python, that is chr. In our example, we have written x is equal to chr of 65. So 65 is the integral value of capital A. So what it will do, x is a label that will point to the memory location where value capital A is saved, because capital A have ordinal value 65. So till now we discussed in detail what we mean by string, what are the various operators that you can use with string, some of the functions that you can use with string. So at our last output screen you can see the summary that we have discussed in this lecture. What are the various operators that you can use with string, then some of the functions that we can apply with string like upper, lower, count, replace, find, starts with, ends with, all these. So with the help of this you can do all the output finding questions, or you can also implement some of the programs in which the concept of string is used. So thank you, and in our next lecture we will discuss about list in Python. Thank you.